So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to level this bar, the x-axis, with this bed. This bed doesn't move, so we have to move this, so check it out. So the first thing you want to do is manually, now I've got the power on, you can see the power's on, and manually you want to crank this down until the light comes on. That'll tell you that just when it comes on, that's around 4 millimeters off the bed, maybe less. It's depending on the mass of the bed. So watch. I'm just going to move this down to this side, and the light is on now. And then I'm going to move it over to the other side manually. I can see it's going uphill because the light turned off. I'm going to hold this side. For whatever reason, it's easier when you cross your arm. Oh, and there it came on. I'm coming up and back down. That is totally on. Check that side, it's on. So now I'm level enough, right? So if you start with it level, then awesome. Now, the other thing about this sensor is it parks over here when you home X, and the procedure, basically what we've done is we've used a new command called G29, and what that does, there's a little snippet of code that you'll put into your beginning G code for your slice. And what that'll do is like, okay, I'm on a Printrbot and I need to do a couple of things before I begin my print. Namely, level the bed, or at least tell the firmware where the plane of the print surface is. So what we're going to do in the little G code for the slice is, first we're going to say, hey, let's home X, then let's home Y. Then let's move over where the sensor is over metal, because depending on the printer you have, it could be parked off to the side where there is no metal. But we're going to tell it home X, home Y, now do G29, which will include moving over, probing the bed, moving the Y, probing the bed on that corner, and then probing the bed here. It goes 1, 2, 3. It knows where the bed is, and it'll warm up and print. So that brings up an interesting point. A lot of people use these manual controls to kind of like, okay, is everything moving okay? Is X moving? Is Y moving okay? Now let's home Z. And you might have a couple reasons to home Z, because maybe you just got finished with a tall print and it's way up here. An interesting caveat of this sensor is it's not going to do its thing, be able to find the bed, unless it's very close to the bed. All right? So you may want to bring this down to just kind of get it close before you begin a print. All right? Now, so if you want to manually home Z, just be sure to either just pull this over with your hand, or theoretically you could home X, home Y, and move it over manually and then do your own G29. So, okay, everything's working fine, so I know when I print, it's all set up and ready to roll. The key point being you need to get that thing down here. Some people have said, my sensor's broke. It goes down a little bit and stops. No, that's actually, the easiest way to explain it is it's a timer in the firmware that says, hey, you know, if you're not sensing anything in a certain amount of time, you better stop so nothing gets broke. That's an oversimplification, but so anyway, home X, home Y, move it over a little bit and home. Or if you're at the top here, before you start all of this on the next print, you may want to move it down very close. All right, so that's just a couple of tips on the go. Leveling your X bars with the bed, and why and how you would want to manually get your print head down to close to the bed before you start a print. Now remember, you don't have to do G29 before a print, because you're already going to have those commands at the beginning of your slice. And that's going to be like a one-time setup and it's just ready to roll. So anyway, if you have problems with installing, you can now know how to get that down here so that it'll perform correctly every time when you do begin a print. So a couple things with the go. Hope you're enjoying your bot. It's a monster. Good luck.